Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm reviewing the My Ramadan Fun Book. I've had a bit of interest on this online, saying that people have seen it and they weren't too sure about whether to purchase it. So I thought I would do a video so you can see the pages, and that will give you a better idea as if you want to purchase it. A few other people have said that they have got it and they love it. Some sisters are even photocopying each page and then reusing them. Obviously once you write in it, then you can't always reuse it. And basically it is what it says it is. It's a fun book. It has puzzles, it has crosswords, word searches, there's even colouring. It's recommended for ages 7 to 10. My oldest is 10, well she's going to be 11 in a month's time. I'm planning on giving it to her actually at Ramadan, so I will see how she reacts to it then. But in the meantime, if we just go through the pages and you can see what's actually in them. One thing I have noticed is that it's pretty much all black and white. I would have said that perhaps if there was some colour to it, it might appeal a little bit more, but I mean that doesn't kind of take away anything from the activities. The activities are still fun. What we have here is climb the wall. You have to help him climb the wall quickly by filling in the blanks. So you have sentences and you have to put in the correct words. Going on, again another one where you have to fit in some more words where it's missing. It's talking about the new moon. Then we have welcoming the month of Allah, bit of colouring there, and then space for the child to write why they're happy to see Ramadan. It says, "Dear Ramadan, I'm very happy to see you. I like you because," and then you write down, the child writes down, and it's like a little postcard. If you move on, obviously one of the important things is the duas, and here we have the dua for iftar with obviously the English translation there as well. Catch a fish, you have to draw a line from the question to the correct answer. A word puzzle here, and then we have a billboard. Again, you have to put in, there's gaps in the picture, and you have to put in the words in the gaps. Then we have a bit here about the masjid, and there's a couple of pictures here at the bottom where it says, do you know these, and write their name underneath. A little bit there about masjid manners. And then moving on, there's the manners of reciting Quran. And then it actually says up here, look up the following ayats and then fill in the chart below. So a bit of research there. Then we have learning surah numbers. Oh. Then moving on, there's a train to fill. You have to fill in the blanks on the train carriages by choosing the answers from the box below. And then the fruits of fasting here, and it says, again, this is a bit of research here. You have to put under each of the fruits one of the benefits that we get from fasting. Two different families. This one is basically asking the child to think about expressions. If you notice at the bottom, there's no eyes or anything in here, and it says this family may not be so happy, they have very little to eat, how do you think their faces might look? Then we have a page about hunger around the world. I mean, I like that it is actually teaching children about the world, and that, you know, there are people out there who may not be as well, who may not have as much food as we may have here. Then we have what can we do, and again there's the number of some ayats in the Holy Quran, and you have to, well, each ayat gives a suggestion of what you could do, and then the child has to look at the ayat and then write what that child thinks that they can do in the fight against hunger. Then we have a table full of food here. There's some gaps when you have to fill in the missing words. The pictures basically reflect what the missing words should be. Then we have a special month page, and it's again writing down the words that match the clues, and then the letters in the box here, they'll tell you the name of a special Islamic month. Then we have another colouring page. And then we have the Ramadan timings. Obviously during Ramadan the timings are important. You need to know when to have suhoor, when to pray, and when it's iftar. And then the Holy Quran on Ramadan, and here you have to read the translations of some particular ayats and then answer the following questions. There's 5 questions here. Then we have a page about dua, and it's saying dua is a communication with Allah. And it goes on to say in the Quran there are many beautiful verses in which Allah invites us to pray, and then you have to read these verses at the bottom and then have a think about them. And then carrying on with the dua theme, we have why do we do dua? You have to unscramble the words in the, I think they're boats, are they? And then basically put in the words in the gaps. And a word search here. And then the gifts of Ramadan, basically you have to guess what's in the gifts here. There's words down below, and then the child can actually pick some of those words. Then we have a page about the wise words of the Holy Prophet, and then a few questions there which relates to the article. Then we have a page here with joining sentences. You have to join each part of column A to a part in column B. And then we have some sheep here. You have to put the sheep in their barns. Some have a false statement and sentence, and others have a correct one. You have to tick, well, basically place the ones that have a correct statement into the barns with a tick. And there's a writing exercise here. It says, look at the pictures. Beside each picture, there are words which you may think of when looking at that picture. Use some of those words. Write a few sentences about each picture. And then there's a page about ibadah, basically talking about worship. You have to describe in the space provided about the words and then find them in the word search. Then obviously Ramadan, you have to talk about the very special night. It teaches a child about that. You have to basically use these pictures. It's like a code. Use these pictures. Use each letter from, from each of the first letter for each of the following pictures, and then that comes out with the word, and then you have to answer the questions below. A poem there, and then it actually asks you to try and make an acrostic poem on the word Ramadan. I'm not going to lie, I don't actually know what acrostic poem is. Probably did learn it at school. I think I'm going to have to remind myself. I mean, it does actually there say what it is, so that should give the child some help. And here we have which way will you go, and it's talking about you can choose to go on a different path during your life. You can choose to go on a path towards Allah, you can choose to go on a path away from Allah. And then it says the path towards Allah is known as the Sirat al-Mustaqim, or the straight path. So it's a way, I suppose, of encouraging children. And there's some examples here of what's, which the child has to pick which of these would lead them away from Allah and which ones will lead to Sirat al-Mustaqim. Here, there's names of Allah, and they're all jumbled up, so you have to unscramble the words and then write the correct name of Allah. Next page, we have look for the word. You have to read the passage below. There are some special Islamic words in the passage. Make sure you know what they mean by putting them in the right blanks below. And then here we have get the car going, help the car reach home by answering the questions on the way as quickly as possible. Almost at the end now, and then another crossword, and then obviously at the end of Ramadan you're preparing for Eid, so again there's a page there where it's a story and you have to fill in the blanks with the words from the pictures. And that's it. There's quite a few activities. Obviously as it's from 7 to 10, there's probably some activities that might be a little bit harder for the younger ones, but if you work with them you should be able to get through them. And I do think it's a good activity book. It's teaching quite a few things in it, so I personally do think it is actually worth purchasing. And thank you for watching.